SQL engine is there, and as well as SQL statement executor is there. So here you are submitting query. So automatically query can be submitted to SQL statement executor. If you are writing a PL/SQL program, that can be submitted to PL/SQL engine. So from here it hits to the database. This is OraDB, Oracle database. From Oracle database you are having two parts. Okay. So in Oracle database you are having two parts. One is data dictionary and one is actual data. Data dictionary. Okay, and another one, yeah. So this is actual data. Okay, two parts. Yes, see here, if I am submitting like this, select ename from EMP. Let us assume select ename from EMP. What is happening is first the query will be submitted to Oracle engine. So Oracle engine verifies whether it is simple SQL query or PL/SQL program. So here it is SQL query. It will be submitted to SQL statement executor. Then it compiles and executes the query, and the meaning of the query is submitted to Oracle engine. Then Oracle engine is hitting the database. So in this database, first it will verify EMP table is existed or not. The existence of the object is checked in data dictionary only. Okay. So here what is data dictionary means contains metadata. Metadata. What is metadata? Data about data. Simple metadata in the sense, suppose you and me are the employees for a company. You have your personal details, I have my personal details. But the company has to maintain our details in their tables. Okay, in which table they have saved our details, in which columns they are maintaining the data, what are the data types of those columns, what are the sizes of those columns. This kind of information is known as a metadata. Okay. Okay, now first it will verify if employee table is there or not. Next it will verify whether employee name column is there in employee table or not. If ename is also existed, then it will enters into actual data. Actual data contains values of the table. Actual data contains values of the table. Data dictionary contains description of the table. Actual data contains values within the table. Okay, so employee names. First, from the actual data, the table can be opened in a temporary memory area. Let me write. From the actual data, the data can be opened here, temp memory. Okay. In this temporary memory area, EMP table data can be opened. Here it opens the records. This is the temporary memory area. So this set of records is known as active data set. So what was the data opened in the temporary memory area? It is known as active data set. This temporary memory area is known as cursor. We will discuss about this cursor concept in PLSQL. Okay, from the opened EMP table, what is your required column data? E-name, yeah. So from here, it will take the result. And here, result. Now is it clear? Result will be displayed to the client. Result will be displayed to the client. This is the process. So how many number of queries you are writing here? Only one query. So how many number of hits to the database? Only one hit. Only one hit is there. Suppose if you are an employee of a company, you have a requirement to write 50 number of queries daily. Then automatically 50 times there is a hit to the database. 50 hits to the database. So generally within a company, you are not only one employee, many number of employees are there. So like you, each employee is having some responsibilities. So everybody is raising some queries, and automatically query causes a hit to the database. So if number of hits to the database is increasing, means there exists a decrease. Automatically database performance will be decreased. So how to reduce these hits to the database? By using views. So that's why I have specified all this process. Okay, what is a view? So by using create or anything, we are touching the database. But by using a view, only we can see the data from the tables. What is a view? It is a database object which contains a logical copy of the requested data, required data from a table, from the tables. So view cannot contain physical data, contain physical data. So it doesn't occupy any disk space, doesn't occupy any disk space. Okay. Views improve the performance of the database by reducing hits to the database. Views improve the performance of the database by reducing hits to the database. How it is reducing the hits? See here. Here, what is the result here? E-name. So this e-name will be maintained within another memory area by view. If you have defined a view, then the view can maintain a copy of ename in cache memory here. Okay, suppose you have executed this query. After some time, I am also having the same requirement. Same, I want to know employee names from EMP. Then, if I can select the data from the view, see here, if I can select the data from the view, then it doesn't go for all this process. Simply, the data can be displayed from cache memory. So, if I can select the data from the view, only for the first time it will hit the database. Even or not only by single user, for any user. Okay. From the second time execution of the same query, it will take the data from the cache memory only. It doesn't go for the database. So automatically, is it reducing the hits to the database or not? Yeah, number of reducing hits to the database. Okay. Now, how many types of views are there? How to define a view? Yeah.
If I have created a view on a table and if I changed the
Data of the table
then the view
also changed. Whatever the changes you have made to the table, that can be automatically reflected to the views.
so the cache will be updated.
Yes, cache memory. In the cache memory, those things will be updated.
Then without hitting the database, how can it get updated?
How without eating disk space means you are making the modifications in the table. So automatically, whatever the modifications you made to the table, that can affect the physical data, physical disk space. Okay. Then Oracle Engine looks for what are the dependent objects on that table. View is always dependent object. In index is also one of the dependent objects. Okay, cluster is also one of the dependent objects. So all the dependent objects will be changed automatically. Okay. Yeah. Now, first one is types of the views: simple view or updatable view. So what is a simple view or updatable view means? A view which is defined on single table, which is defined on single table. So, and we can make updates or we can apply DML operations on the table through this kind of view. We can apply DML operations on the table through this view. Suppose if you are writing insert record into the view, then that record will be inserted into the table, corresponding table. Why? Because view should not contain any physical data. Okay. Next, what is the syntax for this one? Yeah, create view, view name as any select statement. Whatever the required data is there, specify that required data table. Got my point? So what is view? View contains required data from the table. So from the table, how you can select the required data? By using a select statement. So the select statement selects the required data from the table. That logical copy of this data is maintained in this view. Okay, now example. create a view which is maintaining um, developers details from EMP table. From EMP table, create view VW underscore DEV, okay, DEV as select star from EMP where job equals to developer. Okay, so this is the query. So first it selects the developer's details. Those developer details copy of the data is maintained in this view. Okay, yeah. In the same way, yeah.
Can you find out whether the table has a view?
A table has a yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. You can also find out. Yeah, create a view uh, which is maintaining uh, accounting department employee details. Department employee details. So whatever the select statement queries you are having, all the select statement clauses it will supports. Create view VW underscore ASCC as select star from EMP, select star from EMP where where DEPTNO in, write the subquery, select DEPTNO from DEPT. Have you got my point? DEPT where D name equals to accounting. D name equals to accounting. So in this way you can write the subqueries also. So select statement supports subquery. So you can write the subquery also. Now next one. Okay. How to select the data from a view? Select the data from a view. Yeah. Select star from, just specify view name VW underscore ACC. Then it will display the employee details who are working for accounting department only. Okay. So for first time there is a hit to the database. From the second time execution of this query, there is no hit to the database. Got it? Yeah. So even suppose if you are selecting like this, select ename from VW underscore ACC. Then what is the expected output? Display employee names who are working for, yes, accounting department. Okay. Now is it clear? So what is this? We can apply DML operations on the table through this view. What is meant by this? Means if you can insert the data into the view, the corresponding record will be entered into table. How to insert records through the view. Yeah, just insert into view name vw underscore acc values, same notation, there is no change. Values envo 1111 comma madhu comma salary 32,000 comma job name mgr, so and so, whatever the values you want to insert. The corresponding record can be inserted into the table, not into the view. The above record can be inserted, but we need some privileges from the DBA. Otherwise, we are unable to insert the records. The above record can be inserted into the corresponding table. Right. So same insert operation, update operation, anything you can specify. So how to update the data through a view. Update VW account GCC set sal equals to sal plus 0.10 into sal where join date less than 01 John 10. So the corresponding updations can be affects the original table. So before applying DML operations, you have to remember one thing here. Here you are inserting a record, am I right? Yeah. Suppose if employee ID is a primary key and already one value is there, 1111 value is already existed. So if you are trying to insert this kind of record, is it accepted by the table? No, it doesn't accept. Why? Because employee ID, I'm saying it is a primary key. Already one primary key doesn't allow duplicates. Yes, it will throw an error. So before applying any DML operations, you have to know all constraints of the table. Before applying any DML operation, the user has to know all constraints on the table. It's very, very important. Okay, so this is about your updatable view. Okay, tomorrow we can see how to create a read-only view. So generally two types of views are there. Okay. Yeah. Any questions from this? Okay.